Thanks, Jordan. Those were some great functional yet stylish kitchen trends that Reborn Cabinets can help you integrate into your own home. Just give Reborn a call right now, and they're going to hook you up. Now, we've got Jeff Mudd from Best Rate Repair and Termite. We want to get into our topic today. Jeff, how are you this morning?
Doing great, Greg.
But before we do this, Teddy the termite. Look, you know, most folks don't have a 9-foot termite, thank God. But Teddy's actually a friendly termite and does a lot of good in the community.
He does. So one of the benefits we've noticed having Teddy out at street fairs and some of the parades is the reactions from kids. They love him. Absolutely adore him.
What a great character, and I know he's all over San Diego County. You might find him in your neighborhood.
Here's the thing, we love you, Teddy, but you gotta go. You
Get
gotta head out.
Hit the road, go eat a piece of wood or something.
But most termites are not that friendly, Greg, and I know you want to talk today about that.
Yes, I do, and it's great to have you on. And I know that you started out as a termite inspector, and then you started Best Rate doing repair work. You're like our resident expert in termites and termite repair. Tell us a little bit of history of, you know, why you actually went into termite treatments besides just repairs.
So after doing repairs for well over a decade, Greg, we noticed we had a lot of people that we felt like we could help them prevent the large repair bills and projects they had. And we've had a lot of requests for doing the termite inspections and treatments over the last few years. So we decided to go ahead and get our license and be proactive to help homeowners out with doing the inspections and treatments so that they can minimize the effect.
And you see, this is really good too, because we have a picture here that you can see. There's one of a house, a porch.
Like the destruction
Yeah.
that can happen if you ignore the termites.
Yes.
But it can be much worse than that too. I mean, there's whole homes that have been condemned, you know, from people who.
That's an extreme case there, Clint. But you know, by being proactive, you can minimize the effect of what needs to be done to keep the house up to par.
So doing a proper inspection is extremely important. So explain what goes into an inspection. I mean, I see you have a poker here. Kind of explain, you know, why you're more thorough in what you do for homeowners.
So we always start off, show up at the customer's house, and we do a diagram of the property on a clipboard, nothing fancy. And that diagram allows us to identify and document what we find or don't find. When we're all done with the diagram, we usually like to walk through the process with the homeowner and explain to them what we found and understand what their real needs are so that we can come up with a good solution for them.
And homes are all different. Some have subfloors, some are slab. There's attic spaces, basements, and all those different areas that you have to inspect, and that's all part of your diagram, right?
Yes.
And so you identify and kind of redline the areas that have termites. There's different types of termites, and then you recommend treatment?
Treatment, and we identify the damages. We also identify conditions that are conducive to causing problems later. Rain gutters leak, there's a water leak underneath the sink, could be a potential problem, shower leaks, little things that the homeowner might not be aware of.
So they make sure at Best Rate that you have the information that you need at home before you even start. That's important.
Absolutely.
And how often do you recommend having an inspection?
So for most houses that have had a termite history, once a year is a good starting point.
Actually, I have a question too. How long does that generally take to inspect the house and figure out what's going on?
Well,
and then the treatment.
So the average house that only has a few findings, relatively new, good shape, half hour, 45 minutes to do a good thorough inspection. Yeah.
And then you also have treatment options and long-term warranty. So you follow up annually to check, right?
Absolutely, Greg. So we offer, it's called an annual control service. So after the treatment's been done, we've stabilized the house for termites, we've done repairs, we can come back and do an annual inspection and treat any termites, whether they're a small infestation that needs to be treated locally or give a full warranty on the house depending on the needs.
And for just your first inspection, how much does that cost?
It's a big zero.
Really? And so what if you're in the process of buying a home and you need an inspection?
Hey, let me grab that, because I know we talked about what this does.
You've been wanting that for a
Yeah,
while.
I've been wanting. It looks like a fun toy. I know it's how you inspect. We talked about that a little bit earlier, but I just wanted to grab it from you. I'll set it down over here. Go ahead.
Okay. So the
So if you're buying a home
Okay.
and you need an inspection, how does that work and what does that cost?
So we offer free termite inspections for real estate transactions also.
Free?
Free.
Because most termite inspectors charge for those inspections, right?
A lot of companies do. It takes some time. There's a report fee that needs to be filed with the state. One of the other things that we've tried to do differently from the very beginning is take pictures of our findings, include that in the report. So it's
Again, more knowledge for the homeowner. But I've got a question for you. Just to go over it for the folks at home. From start to finish, let's say you find an issue and the whole home is infested. How long is the process, once again, in case anybody didn't hear it, how long is the process for you to complete the job? Generally.
So depending on what needs to be done, if it's a local treat in a small area, say a post on the back patio or a section in the eaves, we have a few hours of setting up and doing a local treatment. If the whole house is infested and we determine that fumigation's the best process, that's being out of the house a couple nights.
Okay, we appreciate that. And just keep in mind, guys, you can call 619-407-9097. That's 619-407-9097. You can get 10% off up to $500 when you call Best Rate Repair and Termite. Mention the Approved Home Pro Show one more time, 619-407-9097.